This is Kay Kultuck, this is Stamping to Share, and this is a Stampin' Chat with Kay. We're going to make a pretty summer card using the Jar of Flowers set. It's so pretty, wouldn't you agree? And I have more sunflower things to show you. We'll just give everyone a minute or two here to get on. Good morning. Oh, we have so many watchers. Diana has her Dr. Pepper. Yay! I have my coffee. Of course I have my coffee. On Tuesdays and Thursdays when I do my Facebook Live, I often hold back. I have just one cup, you know, at 6 a.m. or whenever I'm waking up. And then I just wait. I just wait to go live so I can have my second cup. Oh, goodness. Thank you, Philomena. Hi, it's great to have you here. Hi, Mary Ellen. So good to see you. Hi, Nancy. She says it's too hot in Washington. Well, it's actually a little bit cooler here today. We have had some really humid weather, and as you know, humidity makes everything feel hotter. Well, now I'm off to the side. Now just hold on one more time. We'll get this sorted here. All right, am I more centered? I think so. Okay, let's see. I have things to share with you. I have a pretty large downline group called Creative Crafters, and every month we do make and takes. In fact, Creative Crafters, if you're watching, today is the last day to sign up for make and takes, so be sure you go to our private group, which is Meetings for Stamping to Share, and get signed up if you're planning on getting September make and takes. And it's also our last day to sign up for swaps. So I just say that FYI because I know I have a lot of downline members that also watch. So these are the cards that we made at our make and takes in August. And we use the Celebrate Sunflowers set, and I think you'll love them. So the first one we did was a box. So the box looks like this. It's just a little thank you box. So you can put all kinds of things in here. It's pretty big. So it fit cookies, it practically fit a sandwich. So this is it. So this is exclusive to my team, and we have so much fun with these. And that way, they have something they can share with their customers. So here is another card. This kind of matches the box. I'll show them together in a second here. So here's a beautiful sunflower card. And you can see how together these would make a really nice and pretty card and box set. Hopefully you're seeing that. I have no idea. Maybe I need to move it this way. No, maybe I need to move it that way. Oh, brother. I think now we've got it. Oh, those darn iPads. They're like 20 seconds or so behind the game here, so I never can tell what's in the camera and what isn't. So here's another one that we did. This all was using the Ornate Garden Designer Series paper paired up with the Celebrate Sunflowers. So here's this one. So pretty. And the final card was, you know, a little bit inspired from the catalog, but it is also just gorgeous. And it looks like this. So pretty. Okay, we will move along here. Now I am going to encourage you to share this video. When you share, your name goes into a drawing as long as you come back and let me know that you've shared. So you can share it on your timeline, in a group, with some friends. I really appreciate it. You also will get into the drawing because we give away the 2 cards that we make today, and a way you can get into the drawing is just by commenting, letting me know what you think about what I'm doing, or even letting me know where you live, you know, hi from Philadelphia, or wherever you're from. That just gets you in the drawing, and it's fun for me because I love seeing where everybody's from. The giveaway today, oh no. I don't even have it. Well, do I have it here? I do. I have it here. So we are giving away the cinnamon. It's the cinnamon cider in color ribbon. You'll get 2 yards of it. So just pulled a brand new one off my shelf. I had another one, but it was almost empty and I must have left it in the other room. And the other thing I want to share with you is this is mostly for my customers. It's a reminder that you have through the end of the month to place your $75 plus order with a host code in order to get the customer gift of the month, which this month is the 2020-2022 in color enamel dots. They were like on back order forever, but now they're back. So that is going to be the giveaway for my customers when they use a host code and have placed a $75 order. Now, if you're placing an order at $150 or above, remember, don't use a host code because you want to get those rewards yourself. You'll still get all the product gifts. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera down and we'll get started. Give me a second. Okay, I think this looks pretty good, or at least we'll try it. So let me tell you about the colors we use today. One of the things that I love about the new 2020-2022 in colors are they really go well together. You don't always find that with all in colors. So this one is just exceptional. So the colors I chose to work with for this card were, of course, the bumblebee. You can see there's a lot of bumblebee. And then the misty moonlight, just jade, and cinnamon cider. They're just gorgeous. And then, of course, Stampin' Up! Always brings out lots of things to coordinate with the in colors. So you have coordinating ribbon, and then, of course, we have these wonderful enamel dots. And so that's always a lot of fun. And I am using a stamp set called Jar of Flowers. It's actually part of a bundle. So I always say, if you're going to get the stamp set and it's part of a bundle, go ahead and get the bundle, save the 10%, because more than likely you'll want to use the other piece of that at some point down the road, and you might as well just save 10%. So I don't know. I think it's worth it to get the little punch that goes with it. Even if you maybe don't use it every single time, you'll have it because you know you're going to need it eventually. All right. So to put this card together, I'm just going to share with you kind of the setup here. So we've got our bumblebee card base. This is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I already did the inside. I know, shocking, right? So I put in the Flowers for Every Season Designer Series paper, and I picked the one that had the sunflower images because, of course, we're using sunflowers on their card. And I just did a 1/2 inch by 5 1/4 inch strip on the inside. The cardstock is light enough that you can go ahead and stamp something else in here, or you could go ahead and just do a little handwritten note. It's going to show up just fine. So there's no real reason to add another panel in there. The next thing we're going to do is put our strip of Designer Series paper down because there's no reason to wait. So again, as I mentioned, it's the Flowers for Every Season Designer Series paper. And it has many, many florals in it for flowers that you can use year around. So the one I picked, of course, is the sunflower. This is 2.5 by 5 1/4. And we're just going to put this down. I think we're going to use our Stampin' Seal just because I happen to have it nice and handy. So I am going to just go all the way down on one side and the other. And we're going to set this in. And you know, there is kind of an up and a down. So when you see this sunflower right here that has the leaves kind of floating towards the top, that means that you've got it right side up. Because otherwise, if you have it like this, it looks upside down, in my opinion. So that's why I'm putting it like this. We're going to set it in so the left and the top and the bottom are all evenly spaced. We're going to do the same thing with this one. And we're going to set this in right here, and that looks fantastic. All right, now the big part of doing this card is we need to make a mask. And I have shown this in the past, but we may have people watching who've never seen how to do this before. So I'm just going to make a quick mask just to show you how I do it. Many people, if you're just needing one quick stamp, you will probably use a Post-it note or something to keep it, you know. But you know what? I make many cards. If I'm going to sit down and make a card, I'm going to make many cards. And I find that if I'm stamping over and over and over in the same exact spot on my mask, it needs to be a pretty sturdy mask. So what I like to use, and I know the last time I did this, I had people telling me, well, you need to buy such and such. You know what, you guys? If Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell it, I don't buy it. So I'm coming up with things that work for me, techniques that work for me. And I'm choosing to use thick Whisper White paper. So, and the reason is it, look at that, after a bazillion times of stamping, it doesn't bleed through. So I like that, because when I have used Post-its, I have bleed through. And nothing bugs me more than bleed through onto my really nice stamped image. All right, so here we go. We are going to use, well, I thought we were going to use, I don't have it here. Oh, it's across the room. I'll be right back. We are going to use my Stampin' Pierce mat because, well, in this one I wouldn't even need to, but I want to. It just gives you a good image. So go ahead and press this down onto your paper. Then the next thing that you're going to do is take your paper snips, and when you're using a thicker piece of paper, I need to trim on the inside of those lines. So it's going to look kind of weird, but I'm going to trim on the inside, because if I trim right even with where those lines are, you're going to end up with a halo. And a halo just doesn't look all that great on your card. So in other words, there's just going to be kind of a little ghosty white space between where you stamped and the card. So there we go. That's how I'm making my mask. Not too difficult, right? Then we're going to do our stamping. And again, I'm using Whisper White paper because I find that when I'm working with blends, I like the look of Whisper White. I just think it gives a more vibrant, rich, regal look to my colored images. So these two pieces of thick Whisper White are 2 3/4 by 4 inches. And what I'm going to do first is stamp the flowers. So I'm going to open up my Tuxedo Black ink, which works great with blends, by the way. It's what you want to use with photopolymer stamps and with your blends. So we're going to put this pretty close to the top. Give it a good press. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I'm going to do the exact same thing over here. And again, fairly close to the top because you want to have room for your jar. Again, straight, press straight up. And then we need the mask. So I can do one here because I have one already made that I've been using. And then I'll do the one that I just did to show you how I do it, how it works. Then take your jar, and again, you're going to ink it up, and then you just stamp right where you want that jar to be. Do the same thing over here. And there you go. You have your flowers flowing over the top of your jar just perfectly. Isn't that great? Okay, so I know we don't need to spend a lot of time coloring, but we are going to spend some time coloring. So I will color this one in bits and pieces, and then here is what we're going after. So I'll leave it side by side so that you can see the effect that we're going for. Let me bring the colors in. So Stampin' Up! Sells their blends in combo packs. So these are the combo packs plus the separate one that you'll need to have in order to color it exactly like I am. So we've got Cinnamon Cider, and this one is Gray Granite, Misty Moonlight, Daffodil Delight, Just Jade, and then this over here is a Color Lifter. The Color Lifter makes such a difference when you're working with darker blends, and I want to show you why. I'm going to hold something up really close to the camera so you can get a look at what that Color Lifter does. Can you see where I used it? it's on the it's on the blue, because that blue is really deep, but if you put the color lifter over the top, it actually makes it look like the color's been taken away, and it's so pretty. It's actually not, but a little secret, it's not actually lifting the color, it's actually pushing the color all the way through to the back so that it looks lighter from the top. But that's really cool. Okay, let's see. So let me share. The first thing that I do is I ground my image because I just can't stand to see it floating in outer space. So I'm going to take the light gray granite and we're going to put just a little bit of a counter for our flowers to sit on. Then you can go in and you can just, you know, wherever there are little marks that are on the stamped image, that's where you're going to put your accents. So again, we're just going in with gray granite and we're just going to add just the littlest bit of color right like that. And the gray granite is done. Then what I like to do is I like to take I usually start with my darker color of blend and then go to my lighter color. So I'm going to take the dark cinnamon cider, and what I do, and I'm only going to color one sunflower so you don't have to watch me do the whole thing, but to color the sunflower, I just take my dark cinnamon cider and I'm just going around this outside edge, give that a little bit of depth, and then right through the center. And then I will take the light cinnamon cider and I just kind of bring that together through the center there. The next thing that I do is I take my dark Daffodil Delight and I'm going to accentuate, again, these little hash marks. Wherever you see a hash mark is where you're going to bring your color, the darker color, into your flower, just like that. And then again, you're going to smooth it all out by taking the light Daffodil Delight and just coloring in the rest. And just bring that all in, and it's so pretty. It's just a pleasure to color with Stampin' Blends. It just makes everything you do look extra good. All right, so there's one sunflower colored. To do the blue, I did not use the dark Misty Moonlight. That is really dark. So I mostly have been using the light Misty Moonlight. And I'll do both of these because it's so much fun to use the color lifter. So we are going to just put that light Misty Moonlight all around on this flower. That looks good. And we're going to do the same one up here. We're adding a little bit of fall color in here because this is a kind of a late summer going into fall card. Then at that point is when you bring in your color lifter and you're just going to kind of smush it right over the top, right where you would want some highlighting. And what that does is it pushes the color through to the other side and just gives it so much depth and lightness. And that's all you have to do, just that little bit. Then of course you would take your Just Jade and you would do the leaves, and that's about it. A couple of little accents here. You can see there's a few little accent colors that you would add with the dark Daffodil Delight, and that's pretty much it. So that's how you color this beautiful image. So I actually have both of them colored in advance because I didn't want to take the time to do it for both of these. And you guys have seen me color quite a bit before. So now what we're going to do is we need our cinnamon cider mat that goes around these images. And again, we're going to use some kind of silly numbers. But I tell you what, when I went with a 1/4 inch all the way around, it looked too big. And then when I went with a 1/8 inch all the way around, it looked too small. So I had to go with a 3/16 inch border all the way around. So those numbers are 2 15/16 by 4 3/16. All right, so here we go. And we can go ahead and we can take our snail. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put it right over the top. I'm not even going to say that H word. I've been getting so much crap about it. So, you know what word I'm talking about. It's the word I don't say right. Oh, so we're just floating this over the top of the panel until it looks like all 4 borders are even, and then we're going to press down. There we go. There we go. So then just press from the back, get it all, you know, burnished down. The next thing we're going to do is add our ribbon. Again, this is the giveaway ribbon. Oh, and we're opening up a new pack. So to open up new ribbons, I push, 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 push. And of course the ribbon starts to pop out. Then you can take your scissors and just sneak that in under there. And you can cut that little cello piece off. I have so many customers tell me they have a hard time getting their ribbons open. Just smash that ribbon together until it puffs up, and then it opens up nice. So you're going to need 2 strips of ribbon, just a little bit wider than your panel here. One's going to be a tie-on and one is going to be a wraparound. So we'll put the wraparounds first. And I just like to pop it in kind of between where this hash mark is and that hash mark is. I don't know, it just looks good right there. I've tried it in different places and that's the spot that looks the best to me. So then just take some Scotch tape and fasten that down in the back. Whoops. We're going to do the same thing over here. You guys, you know what? I almost did not do a Facebook Live today. I just woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm really not in the mood to do this. And then I don't know. All at once it was like, I can't let you guys down. It's just too hard. You're expecting me to come on at 10 o'clock on Thursday. And I didn't really have an excuse other than I just wasn't in the mood. It seems funny now because I'm totally in the mood now. Sometimes you just have to start doing things, you know, to feel like you want to do it, if that makes any sense. All right, so what am I doing here? I'm putting my ribbon on. Here we go. Then take your ribbon scissors, trim that up so cutely. And it looks great. There we are. Look at how pretty that is. Okay, let's do the next one. This time I'll take the time to explain it. So put your ribbon on and then just kind of like you're going to tie your shoe, except when you get to this point where you have it through, put your thumb underneath like this, flip it over. That exposes the smooth side of that tie-on knot. And then just kind of bring that tight and you have a nice flat looking surface. That one actually wants to go kind of goofy, but that's okay. Sometimes you just have to let ribbon do its own thing. There you go. Sometimes people are like that too. You just have to let them do their own thing. There we go. So let's finish the card and then we will close shop here. So as you know, I don't have to do peelies anymore. If you were watching on Tuesday, I shared with you how to take all the peelies off all at one time. And then all I have to do is lift my little surface away and I can put all my dimensionals on without doing peelies. Isn't that a wonderful invention? Of course, I did not think of this myself. One of my downline members shared this with me a long time ago and it took until now before I did it. And I love it. So there we go. We're just putting our dimensionals in all four corners and then one kind of in the middle. Then we're going to flip it over, float it. See, that's going to be my new word. I'm not going to say that H word anymore. Float it over the top until all four borders look pretty even. And press it down. And do the same one for this. And that looks pretty good. These will be my giveaway cards. They're quite perfect, honestly. So again, to get into the drawing, just comment, and I leave it up till Tuesday. So you've got time. You've got the whole weekend. Oh dear, I almost forgot. I have to add my little gems. And I don't know why did I not have those out? Probably because I don't have them in my little bucket. I wonder where they went. Let me look, let me look. I mean, I have an unopened pack, which I don't actually want to use. I want to use my open pack. And it completely disappeared. Okay, so I'll take one of these away and show you one that is actually complete. After this is over, I will go in and add my little gems because it really makes the card. So there we go. You guys have a great weekend. I'm actually doing a Leaders Summit with Stampin' Up! This weekend, and I'm super excited about it. You know, we were supposed to be in New Orleans, and thank goodness we're doing this all online, because I think if we would have flown into New Orleans, our flights would have been possibly canceled or greatly delayed. So it's great in a way that we are not going to New Orleans today, and we are just all enjoying this as a leaders meeting online for the whole weekend. So I'm really excited. It starts today, so I can't wait. So all of you who are leaders out there, yay, we're gonna have so much fun. Okay, take care everyone, and we'll talk to you soon. I promise I will be back on Tuesday, the 1st of September, with another Facebook Live. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.